The Rich Paul, Leon Rose, CAA Klutch Sports beef has been ended as apparently the two sides sat down and hashed out their differences, which is huge news for the New York Knicks, as a few different guys who they are targeting at the trade deadline are part of Klutch Sports. So the Knicks just caught a major break, and we have to talk about it. So what's up, guys? Welcome back to Knicks Digest. It's Chris here, and we're going to waste no time jumping right into the video, because it was just reported by Stefan Bondi that with the Knicks Klutch impasse as the backdrop, which we've reported on previously, the team and Rich Paul met today and things were hashed out, a source told the New York Post, and the focus is now on moving forwards with a better relationship. This is massive news, as it came out not too long ago that it felt as if Rich Paul did not want any of his clients to play for the New York Knicks because of their ties to CAA, because of Leon Rose being the Knicks president of basketball operations. And now the sides have hashed it out. This is massive news for the Knicks and way bigger for them than it is for Klutch Sports, as there's 29 other NBA teams, but the players who the Knicks want, there's a lot less of them to go around, especially if you want someone very specific. So, this is huge, especially because the Knicks' two biggest targets to be sixth men are both part of Klutch Sports. Now, if you look at this list here, there is a litany of guys who have been linked to the New York Knicks. Obviously, Zach LaVine, and that's when we first heard about this potential Klutch Sports thing being a bit of a tryst, as it felt like Klutch did not want LaVine to end up on the Knicks. But then it went to DeJounte Murray, who's also at the very bottom of this list. And if you look right above him is Malcolm Brogdon, someone who the Knicks have been in trade discussions for the Portland Trailblazers surrounding. And then also Jordan Clarkson of the Utah Jazz, another New York Knicks trade target. And also, if you look at the top of the list, there's LeBron James. LeBron obviously is a huge part in Klutch Sports, as Rich Paul is his friend and was his agent from the original, when LeBron was part of CAA himself and Rich Paul was an agent for there, but things went south and Rich Paul left. Now, clearly there was not animosity, as it had been reported that that's not the case, but there was something going down, because if you listen to JJ Redick's podcast, The Old Man and the Three, Rich Paul is interviewed on one of the episodes, and he said that nobody helped him, no one at his former job helped him, which means CAA specifically. So we kind of took some shots at them. Wow, the Pistons are 6-41. My God. Sorry, I got distracted. But it really means that the New York Knicks can now trade for Brogdon, for Clarkson. They could talk about DeJounte Murray more, and there won't be a problem from Klutch Sports, which is major news. Now, also, as we know, there has been a little bit of LeBron noise, as it was tweeted out that the Lakers may look to trade him, before Rich Paul said LeBron won't be traded and we aren't asking him to be. So that one seems like it's out of the picture, despite the fact that Stephen A. Smith made a big proposal to LeBron, saying that if LeBron wants to put himself in position to win a championship, he should get traded to the New York Knicks. And obviously, when we saw that happen, we learned that content creators about the New York Knicks and just about the NBA would take it and run and maybe put something like this on the internet. LeBron to the Knicks, baby. But no, for real, this is huge news for the Knicks. I don't know exactly what happened, and apparently this has already happened, so like most things that Leon does, this was done in silence. It's just what he does. It's really just how Leon Rose does everything. And this makes you think, maybe it's a telltale sign that the Knicks really do want one of Brogdon or Clarkson, and that's specifically, or DeJounte Murray, and that's specifically why they got this situation handled. But also, it just, you never know how the future is going to play out. You don't know who Klutch Sports is going to sign later, who the Knicks might see as a target eventually. So it made all the sense in the world to get this done. The Knicks did it quietly. The Knicks do all their trades quietly. It's just how they operate as an organization. The Knicks just feel like the mob in one way or another. It's why Leon Rose, in his own sense, is the godfather, similarly to Pat Riley. But look, I'm thrilled about this because I think the Knicks should get someone to play off the bench. Now, shout out to one of our commenters, Joseph Patterson, for saying that I was dead wrong about that, and that our bench is doing great. And you know what? The bench is doing pretty well, but I still want some more help off the bench. I think that would make sense for the Knicks, just to add someone with experience off the bench, with playoff experience. My pick would be Malcolm Brogdon, because he can play both on and off the ball, and he can play either the one or the two, slide in pretty nicely right next to Jalen Brunson in some sets, and then also run the floor a little bit, him and Deuce McBride on the bench. So I think that could work out. But look, this is huge for the Knicks, and it's another job well done by Leon Rose, and it shows why the Knicks are successful. They're very professional. They're not holding grudges. They're not letting stuff out to the media like, oh, we think Rich Paul's stupid or whatever. I don't know. Remember that time when the Knicks just posted that thing where Richard Jefferson, for no reason at all, outside of just wanting to get views, lied, and it's like, yeah, I knew it was my time to retire, because the only team that contacted me about a contract was the New York Knicks, because Richard Jefferson's weird. And then the Knicks PR put out that they never offered Richard Jefferson a contract, which was so corny. I hated it. I liked it, because I thought it was funny. But it was also so corny. It was stupid. It was unprofessional. And that's not what a winning team does. They ignored that. And it's like, no, we didn't. So, let them talk. But the Knicks didn't do that because it was a different organization. It was not the Leon Rose Knicks that we do have now. And the Leon Rose Knicks have shown time and time again that they're a very professional organization. And it's shown. They're one of the most successful teams in basketball right now. They're the second seed in the Eastern Conference. They're balling out. The Knicks have one of the best chances in the NBA to end up winning the finals this year. Jalen Brunson's a superstar who the Knicks got in free agency. Dante DiVincenzo, the Knicks starting shooting guard, who's been electric, who the Knicks also got in free agency. And I know I was wrong. When he came to play with the starting lineup, I didn't think it was going to work. And it did. I was wrong. I thought it would be the same thing as Grimes. He'd take like 3 shots and not have much of an impact. Fine. I get it. Can't always be right. Can't always be correct. But look, this is huge for the Knicks because they got this done. The question is now what is going to happen. If the Knicks were going to get this done during the regular season, it means one of two things. One, this probably happened pretty recently with LeBron and the Lakers being on the East Coast for obviously their little stand. They played the Celtics. They're now in New York. They're going to play the Knicks tomorrow on Saturday, which is probably going to be the day that this video comes out. I'm just recording it on Friday for anyone wondering why I just said tomorrow if this comes out on Saturday. But look, I'm really happy the Knicks settled this whole debacle. It was really important to get this one done, and they absolutely did. Now they can go ahead and make a trade for Malcolm Brogdon. They could go ahead and make a trade for Jordan Clarkson. They could even make a push for DeJounte Murray if that's what they so desire. Clearly, the Knicks are targeting one of those 3, if not to a degree, all of those 3, and then they're going to figure out which one it is later, because they do want some scoring help off the bench, which has been clear. It's not really a secret that the Knicks want to do that, so we will see that get done. And I'm very interested into what happens next. Out of those 3, comment down below who you want most of all. Who would you pick? You could pick any of those guys. And regarding to trades, so DeJounte is going to be the most expensive, and then probably Clarkson, and then Brogdon the least expensive. The Clarkson and Brogdon are probably close, and it's pretty unclear who's more expensive. But probably Clarkson because it's Danny Ainge and the Jazz. So comment down below what you guys think. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications. It helps us out a ton at Knicks Digest. It makes us feel all warm and fuzzy inside, and that would be really nice of you guys. Have a great day. Go Knicks.